All right. Test. Test.
Test.
Test. Test. Well, one of Dean's favorite actors, characters in movies. I know I could say this properly. New movie out starring this character, and it's performing much better than expected. It brought in 15.7 million in U.S. ticket sales as of recently. I think it's on pace to surpass the latest Disney movie, The Marvels. I am talking about none other than Godzilla. Godzilla minus one.
Yeah.
It's doing quite well.
And that's the Japanese version.
Yes. Yes, it is. So the previews look good. It's performing well. So I kind of want to see it.
It's one of the better looking Japanese versions of Godzilla. I say version, it's the original. Mm-hmm. But what is the Tahoe? Something like that is the company that Godzilla's out of in Japan.
No. Godzilla doesn't come out of Lake Tahoe. He comes out of the ocean.
No, not right. Like Tahoe. Anyways, it's a company that owns rights to Godzilla. Did the one from 45 on, besides the American versions. Mm-hmm. But it's probably the best looking one they've had. It looks great.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to go check it out. So yeah. Well,
the new one comes. The American one comes out, I think, next year. Is
that the Kong Godzilla one, or is that just
Godzilla X Kong?
Is that the show? Is that going to be
no
series, or is that a movie?
It's the movie.
Okay.
It's kind of what this. I mean, it's all supposed to. They want this Godzilla, King. The whole MonsterVerse. They want Godzilla, Mothra, King Kong. They want it like Marvels. That's why they have the TV, because the TV series is going to lead into the next movie, and probably the next season to that will lead after that type thing.
Okay.
I got it 2 episodes into the series. I haven't gone back yet. It was a lot of people, which I don't like.
Sure. So too many people, not enough monsters.
Exactly. Okay. But some of the previews I've seen that they showed that like Godzilla was on there, so I might go back, try to catch up a little bit onto it and see if it got any better.
Watch like a 10 episode season and only like an episode and a half or total are going to have like any like visuals of Godzilla kind of thing.
And that's going to piss me off.
Right.
So, Nick, are you into the whole, big monster type movies, Godzilla, King Kong? Do you have any interest to see this Godzilla movie, or maybe it's streaming or
no?
Yeah, why not?
No, I don't. I've never seen the only thing like that I've ever seen that I like was Skull Island, the King Kong movie. Was cool. That was a really well done movie. Yeah, I don't know. They've never taken with me. I've never had any interest in giant monsters. It's too fantastical and ridiculous, and I don't know. I mean, and my youngest was super into Godzilla for a while, so I've seen some stuff, but it's just kind of one of those things. I feel like if you didn't grow up with it, you're just gonna see it as a campy, silly, ridiculous thing. And but if you it's good with Good Burger, like I was saying, you know what I mean? Yeah, I enjoyed the nostalgia parts, but it was oh, this is not a great movie, you know what I mean? So it's kind of that stuff for me. And oddly enough, of the two, if we're talking Godzilla or King Kong, Godzilla was always more aesthetically cooler, to me. So, but yeah, the King Kong movies.
Brie Larson was in the Godzilla movie, so
absolutely
the King Kong movie. So
was she the girl? Yeah, right. But that was only Jack Black, right? And
no,
Jack wasn't. Or no, who was the guy? No, who was the guy? John C. Reilly. John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly was the guy that got trapped
Loki,
on Skull Island.
Yes. Tom Hiddleston.
Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah, just good movie, good writing.
John Goodman.
Good, very, very cool. Good mix of action and
was awesome.
Comic relief, and there was just that movie was great. And And like the Godzilla movies, I haven't seen any of them that I'm like, I mean, every single one bores the shit out of me. But if anything, the older movies are fun to watch because they're so ridiculous. It's you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm not really into like the big monster stuff. Like, I mean, I watch them as like if somebody in my family wants to see them kind of thing. But that I personally it never took with me.
Same as me. I was never a Godzilla fan, and I still don't go out of my way to see them, only because Carter likes them.
Yeah,
he liked them as I didn't watch them growing up. I didn't see any actual full length Godzilla film until he got into it. So I agree with you.
Yeah, I watched the one with like Jared Kiso in it or whatever, like and Bryan Cranston and stuff, because I was like, that was like a one that had like it was the first Godzilla like movie since the like Matthew Broderick 2001, and so I was like, okay, well I'll check this out. And I didn't mind it because it like had a human element to it that like I found I was interested enough in it. Although if you're looking for big monster stuff, there wasn't a lot like in there of Godzilla, and the scenes that there were, it was like very dark and like you just kind of were out of sorts, couldn't really tell what was going on, and a lot of it was weird.
Yeah, it was like, am I watching a Godzilla movie? What in the fuck is going on? When does Godzilla show up?
Yeah,
it seemed like it took way too long. And
I mean, if you can't afford the CGI to put Godzilla in most scenes, then don't fucking deal with it.
Exactly. At least this one looks like a Godzilla movie. In this, there's a lot of Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
that's what we want to see. We want to see Godzilla
because it didn't cost shit. CGI. They used to put him in a goddamn rubber suit.
Yeah,
so he could be in every scene.
Yeah, those, by the way, those should be some backyard type hangout movies. Go check out some of those originals. They're so ridiculous looking, but cool,
there's one that we used to watch. It was Godzilla versus the space aliens. It's fantastic. You want to see some campy, awful shit. It's terrific.
Oh, God, I always had trouble trying to figure out Godzilla. So was he a bad? So was he destroying Tokyo, and then another creature came along and he became the protector, or was he always sort of the protector? And they had to they just had to learn not to fuck with Godzilla, so he was helping them.
He's a big brother that like his younger sibling is getting picked on
after the first movie. Correct.
He's a fucking dick. To his little brother, right? But then, like, once somebody else starts picking on his little brother, he's like, no, nobody fucks with him but me. So, like, when other monsters come along and fuck with Tokyo, he's like, no, I fuck up Tokyo. You don't do that. So now he defends them because only he gets to destroy the city. Is my take on it.
In the 1954 one, the original film was more placed as it was made as a almost a societal deterrent on nuclear bombs. The idea was that when we dropped the nuclear bombs, U.S. did, it ended up creating Godzilla out of whatever little monster or lizard he was. Nuclear waste got to him, created Godzilla. So that's humans created its own monster type situation. And then he come in, destroys Tokyo, and whole deal. The fun thing about it is it was released in Japan like that. When they put it over here in America, they edited the shit out of it and switched around the whole story, added an actor that wasn't in the movie. I want to say what's his name? Dude played Perry Mason. I want to say it was him, but I'm not 100% sure. But they put him, edited him into the movie to change the whole story because the U.S., especially back then, didn't want to look like a bunch of dicks because they were blaming us for dropping the nuclear bomb. I mean, it's not even blaming God. We did. They were just pointing it out that it was our fault that Godzilla was created. And then in the one that same movie but edited differently in the U.S. made it so it was not that story.
Okay. Right. Yeah. That sound. I know we talked about some of that in our.
I think we did.
Creatures featured episode, if I recall correctly. We talked about our favorite characters.
That's when Nick showed his dick, I think.
Yes, go check that out.
The creature from the Black Lagoon, as they say.
That's right. That's right.
You shave your pubes.
Yeah.
He appears as if from nowhere.
What's the best? What's the best Godzilla movie, Dean? What's the best Godzilla movie?
2000.
I tell you, the original Japan one, and if we do it in your backyard, I have the DVD. I bought the double thing where they have the Japan version and the U.S. version, but the original one is a good movie. It's not supposed to be campy. Like, it's not like the other ones had Godzilla dancing. Some had with a child. Some fighting a giant metal robot.
You mean
ninja.
to tell me there's one with Godzilla doing the hammer dance and it's not the best one? Come on.
I get it. If you like it in that vein, they're great. But if you're talking about like Godzilla's a monster, the original one is very
on the
good.
Dance floor.
Yeah, it's 1954.
Okay.
I believe that was it.
Yeah, I remember one of these. It felt like a robot that would turn into a giant robot and stuff. It was all kinds of crazy ones back then. All right, that's a good one. All right, we'll check that out sometime. So, but yeah, the new one looks pretty good. I think it'd be worth a while. I think it'd be a fun evening to go check out. And
1954.
Okay, maybe on holiday break we can go check that out, Dean, at some point there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm game.
Godzilla -1.
Hi, this is Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.
Ham gravy.
I drank an Aunt Marge from last year. Woof. That shit is fucking hitting.
Oh, yeah? Fermented. Like,
yeah, man. Business. I was like halfway through it and I was like, this shit slaps. Like, that fucking thing is like, like that shit is, I feel it for sure. Yeah. That's the key right there. Don't got a big budget? Buy some beer, let it sit for a year, and then fucking drink it.
There you go. There you go.